Hi, let's talk for a few minutes about what the Ageless Wisdom has to say about Me Too, the Me Too movement, and the Black Lives Matter movement, for example. The Ageless Wisdom, as you probably know by now, is an ancient philosophy as old as man. It's not a religion. And the latest two revealers were the Alice A. Bailey and Benjamin Creme, were the last two teachers of the Ageless Wisdom. And the Ageless Wisdom says that we are all equal. Why? Because we're all sacred. We're all divine. We all have a big spark of God in us that makes us divine. You know, the masters of wisdom, the ascended masters, have said one of our biggest problems for humanity right now is that we have forgotten who we are. We've forgotten that we're not humans having spiritual experiences, we're spirits having a human experience. We're divine, and we have forgotten that we are divine. Now, the goal, of course, is to act divine in life. Those who are more evolved than us, like Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, now they could act almost completely holy because that's what they were. You and I, we're working on it. We're working on it, but we're expressing our divinity, our sacredness as best we can in the world and working on making it better. We're learning to compete less and cooperate more, for example. We're learning to take better care of each other. So it says that we're all equal. The Me Too movement, the masters were the original initiative and the inspiration behind the women's movement. The women's lib movement of the 70s, that was started by the masters. It was part of their plan to create equality between the sexes. And it's still working on it. We're still working on it, and we're still working on women not being abused. But these changes are in the works, and they're coming, and I think that's progress. Black Lives Matter, there are two laws that come into effect, karma and the law of rebirth. The law of rebirth says that by the time you know you're a living soul, you've already had thousands of lifetimes. So you're coming down the final stretch, you might have 10 or 15 lifetimes left. Well, by then, you have been every race, you've been both sexes, you've been married, you've been single, you've been grandparents, you've been grandchildren, you've been rich, you've been poor, you've been every aspect of society that we can be. So there's no point in being prejudiced because there we are. There we were in our last lifetime or the lifetime before that or what have you. Beneath the skin level, we're all the same. We're all equal. And that's what's important. We're all sacred, and that's how we need to treat each other. We need to treat each other like we're holy. We need to take care of each other.